This is how you can make notes in school that are actually helpful. Because I know better than anybody, there's nothing worse than going to revise and the only thing in your exercise book are the learning objectives. Tip number 1, do not expect to be able to make the most beautiful and helpful notes while the teacher is talking. And don't expect these to be in your exercise book. You don't have time in a lesson to be doing that sort of calligraphy, but you do have time to lay information out in a way that makes sense to you, a way that future you will thank you for, and jot down content in a thought-provoking way. That helps you actively engage with what it is that you're learning. First thing, I recommend you have a title and then you have subtitles. And then within those subtitles, I recommend bullet pointing. I find this really helpful. Outline what it is that you're doing and then why you're doing it. If there are any key pieces of information, I would recommend you put these in a box. Try to condense down information as much as possible and extract the key important parts of what it is that you're learning. I rarely use connectives in my work. I rarely write in full sentences. I try to extract the most important pieces of information. Then I always try and use a worked example or a flowchart explaining every step, especially if it's maths. But for example, if it was something like history, I would talk about what happened before, what happened in the lead up to this event, and then what were the consequences of it. If there is anything that you are doing that invokes some sort of curiosity, make an active effort then and there to ask the question, why? And then if there are any tidbits of information that you find very interesting, put them in a bubble. Something that you think, oh, that's cool, why does that happen? If you find it interesting, then you are much more likely to remember it. And then the key, it's not just about making notes and it's not just about copying down. It's about condensing it. It's about laying it out in a way that makes sense to you. And then it's about applying that knowledge as soon as possible. If you found this video helpful, be sure to follow for daily study tips.